Check your Twitter. I sent you something first. Oh, we went live.
I got to check my Twitter first?
Yeah, you got to check your Twitter, man.
God, you're so demanding. Man. Yeah.
I'll take it, though. I'll take it.
You're like my FF Twitter wife.
Dude, I might as well be after that tweet I just sent you. Just saying. Saying.
Watch out now. All right. Russ,
I told you I'd send you some porn.
That's for that. That's why we just, most of the time do this late night, because there ain't no telling what the hell's going to happen.
Anybody that's watching, go to Oklahoma's Twitter. Please do it and just go check out the tweet I just tagged him in because it's amazing. Just saying. It's just drop dead sexy.
Welcome to IDP Power Hour. Dynasty Happy Hour's flagship, as I like to call it, the starship, IDP Enterprise of Dynasty Happy Hour. Thanks to our wonderful sponsors this week, Trophy Smack, TrophySmack.com. Use that promo code, or promo code, not clode. That's some kind of like Star Trek talk. Anyway, moving on. Promo code Oklahoma, OKLAHOMIE, for a free $60 ring with any trophy purchase. As you can tell how bad I'm struggling to get through these sponsorship reads, that Doug's already had a few too many martinis. Clutch Russ, what's up, buddy? I missed you, man. Did you get a haircut? I cut my own.
I got a little bit of trimmed. I just, my hair's on fire. I just getting so excited for the season to get here. So
do they still have barbershops? Did you go to somebody to get that done?
Oh yeah, no, this ain't no Nancy Pelosi haircut. It's okay to get your haircut in Nebraska, so we're good.
Oh man, I've been wondering what kind of drop I was going to lead us into, and that Nancy Pelosi one just did it in right there, brother. I appreciate that. But I was going to say I just been sitting that bowl over my head since I was about 9, and seemed to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got a guy that we've had on when it was a packed house. I believe it was Party Hat Day. And this show we can kind of get to know Chase a little bit more one-on-one. He's a real good friend of mine. Me and Chase DM back and forth all day long, giving each other shit. He's a great dude. Mr. CV, as I call him, FF_intervention. What's up, brothers? Thanks for joining us, man.
What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
Well, trying to get us connected, apparently.
So I do want to make an announcement, guys. I'm starting a GoFundMe for Oklahoma over here. For Doug, I'm starting a GoFundMe to get him internet. To get him actual internet. Like it's 2020, guys. It's 2020. We need to get him internet. I'm going to start a GoFundMe to get Oklahoma internet. Let's do it.
Here's the thing, buddy. It's not that I can't afford it. It's that it's not an option. They still think it's like intergalactic, like alien warfare around. Like you can get a positive track Chevy Love 73 positive track rear end around here quicker than you can a Wi-Fi signal, and it's amazing. It's amazing that I can manage to put more than 3 words together.
First off, I have no idea what you just said about your Chevy or whatever. Second off, I didn't say I was giving you the money. I'm going to give it to whichever cable company can build lines out to your tin roof house, which we talked about, pre-show. I'm going to give him whatever lines. I'm going to give him whatever money is going to go towards building lines out to your house so we can get you solid internet.
That's the way it's been around this area my whole life. It's been tough to get some kind of internet provider that's worth a crap. Well, we finally found phones that have a better hotspot than any internet around here. The only problem is whenever they do upgrades and stuff with the phones, I have no internet. So anyway, them and the armadillos,
Wait, do you actually have those?
Yes, armadillos are great too. They eat a bunch of ticks, a bunch of fleas.
I didn't know those were actually a thing.
Yes, man.
I made a
Armadillos
football
are great.
movie out of it.
Oh, this is awesome. This is just
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, armadillos are amazing. Anyway, Chase, thanks for being with us, buddy.
Oh, anytime.
And this is kind of, I wanted a little bit more structure with IDP Power Hour. And not that it got overwhelming at times, but it almost seemed like every week, you having to build a show from the ground up, So I wanted a little bit more structure. And I kind of dipped back into the well, a little bit of a lazy way, but a little bit of stuff that I really believed in. And the opening segment is called Whole Shot. And that means, the horse at the Kentucky Derby or the quad or the monster truck race, whoever gets out in front usually has the best race. 9 times.
What is that called again? The whole shot, you said?
The Whole Shot. Yes, sir. It's the Whole Shot. And you can actually bet horse racing on the Whole Shot. Who you think will get the Whole Shot. So it's just a little creative way to maybe keep y'all tuned in for more than 3.4 minutes, But anyway, the Whole Shot, all as it is recapping the biggest news in NFL, IDP, fantasy football, period, since we've seen each other last. So, Russ, you in that fine haircut looking like one of them Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet.
Let's hear it, brother.
Well, I was gonna do 2 of them. I got one just because I like my Huskers and the tis the law or whatever it was. Tis the law, just because of the craziness of the Big Ten. Got to put my little plug out there for the Huskers. Hopefully I get to watch them play some football. And then another guy I've been seeing a lot more articles being written about is my man, the Holcomb Down, Mr. Cole Holcomb, getting some more pub out there. So I'm hoping he becomes
He catches fire, brother. We've been big fans of Cole on this show, man. If people will go back and look at the first ever teaser for IDP Power Hour, it's a 20-second clip, and me and Russ added in there Cole Holcomb's draft workout, his 40 time, his cone drill. And I mean, me and Russ been on this guy since the jump. Ain't that right, buddy?
Yeah. No, I'll plug in my other boy, Whitesnake. I know that ain't necessarily a horse racing name, but we like good music around here too. So that'll work for me as well. And that's Mr. Nate Gary.
I knew that was going to get. And just real quick, that guy with that big old hat that I bet there at the hot spring racing track there, he told me there is never a wrong name to name a horse. Like you can name it just butter, and it's a horse.
Yeah.
Chase.
Yo.
What's the biggest takeaway this week, buddy? I know you're probably going to hit on Fournette.
I don't care about Fournette, man. That's nothing. The biggest takeaway, man. The biggest takeaway, I mean, it has to do with Fournette, but it's not Fournette, is Keyshawn Vaughn, right? Because we're sitting there, and Tyler, actually from Dynasty App Era, the creator of Dynasty App Era, he brought it to my attention, man. You should actually go buy Keyshawn Vaughn. You really should. With Leonard Fournette being pretty much under contract for just 1 year, and then we look at Rojo pretty much getting eliminated from being fantasy relevant potentially if Leonard Fournette stays healthy. I mean, who's going to be on contract? Who's going to be under contract for 2022? Keyshawn Vaughn. So in Dynasty Leagues, buy Keyshawn Vaughn. But if we're not talking about Leonard Fournette, let's just say we get rid of all of the Leonard Fournette conversation. I want to talk about a rookie that I'm extremely, extremely high on, and I continually raise up, right? Colin Johnson. Colin Johnson has been showing out in camps, absolutely showing out. And I think that he could absolutely be a viable rookie starter by 2021. No doubt. Now, if we're going to IDP, because this is an IDP lounge, right? Like we're talking IDP guys. Chase Young, I wasn't extremely high on originally. And I know he's still going first round, for IDP drafts and stuff. But Chase Young, dude, that guy's speed is insane. His ability to get past defenders is just nuts. And honestly, with the Washington football team, like, dude, they're going to be brutal. They're going to be so bad this year. It's scary how bad they're going to be. So guess what? You're going to get sack opportunities. You're going to get, passing down opportunities to potentially have interceptions, whatever the case is. You're talking big, big time stats from Chase Young. So he's rising up my boards.
What you're talking about is a lot of clock killing, a lot of running right into
plays.
Right into a big old pile of players just so that clock will go tick, 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 tick. But Chase Young, the difference is in the running back running into a big old pile opposing Chase Young is his get off is so amazing, and his first twitch is so unbelievable that by the time you hit the first person in that pile, it's Chase Young in the backfield because he
Let me clarify, because I did a poor illustration of that. I apologize. So with the defensive line and the way that it is, the defense is going to be down. So yes, you're going to get opportunity for tackles. I apologize. I did a very poor job of illustrating that. The defensive line, you had a very, very poor opportunity, or you have a very poor opportunity on the offense. So you're going to get the tackles no matter what late game. But early game, that defensive front seven's scary, so they're not going to be able to run the ball in the early part of the game. They're going to be passing nonstop. So that's when you get the opportunity for the sacks and the forced fumbles, etc. Sorry.
All good, brother. All good. And that's whole shot. That's it. Like I said, I just wanted a little bit more structure. And if it's my messed up brain that tells me that I got to name it and give it a name and a funny little sound effect, and you know what? So be it.
Let's do it.
It helps my little squirrel brain, So moving on. Out of whole shot. Thanks, Chase. Thanks, Russ. It was brought to you by Trophy Smack. TrophySmack.com. Use that promo code Oklahoma for a free blinged out ring and any trophy purchase. All right, on to the main topic, the main cheese, the main squeeze. Week one, guys. What's kind of crazy to me is the only really thing I've seen out there is pick'ems, betting odds, betting lines. Have you guys seen any start sits from? I mean, maybe outside of a few start sit offensive calls. Has there been any start sits going on for week one? Guys, am I mistaken? We're like 10 days away, right? We need to get in to helping some people set some lineups, right? I mean, we close.
Dude, get ahead of the curve, man. Get ahead of the curve. Let's do this. Let's go.
So I thought we had just
sorry if I'm too loud.
Some starts. I thought we'd kick off some start sits a little before the curve and get right into it. Guys, I'm gonna go to where I've been spending a lot of time at with the new podcast over there at Back Row Sports with the Niners and the Niners Cardinals game. This is almost as much of a week one. I'm gonna say it. Win, must win for these 49ers. As I've been around in a while, the expectations have been down for the Niners. Now the Niners are up here and they're supposed to get back to the Super Bowl. Well, here comes this up-and-comer Cardinals team that everybody's talking about. Everybody loves them some Kyler. Everybody loves the flashy toys, the Drake. This team needs to come in and set the tone week one against the Cardinals and make a statement and let them know, hey, you still got another year or two, young. Another year or two. But I think this is going to be a fast-moving game, fellas. The linebackers for the Cardinals move around the field real well, tackle real well. I think you see a lot of 3-and-outs. I think you see both teams play a lot of plays, and I'm firing up Bosa if healthy. what we got right now is with the COVID crazy, teams are being kind of fiddle-faddly with their injury reports. It's even been reported to the San Francisco 49ers that Cliff Kingsbury put DeAndre Hopkins in a walking boot just to make the Niners think that the dude might be missing a little bit. So,
wait, really?
So, yes. I did hear that. I did hear that from a beat reporter from San Francisco.
So he's not actually injured.
That's like the antics are going that far. If it's a veteran guy, the way we all know DeAndre Hopkins is, he's came into camp. He's got the playbook. He's one of the best wide receivers in the league. We see he's catching. We see he's in shape. That dude got a hangnail. Hey, get on over there. Get away from all this sickness. Get on over there. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I know what's happening, but I'm just saying that it's going to be harder to judge the injury report, guys. So the one sit I have in this game, and then it's a big name, Javon Kinlaw. Although I do think he gets the start next to DJ Jones in the middle for San Francisco, I believe he don't play more than 50% of the snaps. I think you see Eric Armstead come in the middle. I think you see Solomon Thomas come in the middle and mix in with D Ford, and it's just an interchangeable part with Bosa getting as much of a break as he needs. So I'm firing up one more cornerback, Emmanuel Mosley, for the cornerback needed leads. I believe he starts day one, week one, opposite Richard Sherman. We always want the cornerback opposite Richard Sherman, Emmanuel Mosley. Start, Emmanuel Mosley. Sit, Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah, I'd throw in starting Buda Baker in that game too.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd throw him in there. And then, I don't know, I think I'd sit Devondre Campbell, obviously, and it's going to be interesting how Isaiah Simmons and Hicks, how that all shakes out. I'll be curious. I think they both do pretty well, but I'm curious to see who leads the team in tackles here after this game. Not to say that's going to matter who's going to lead for the rest of the season, but I'm curious who gets after that ball.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Hicks is on just like one more year left on his deal there, Russ. So, and in my opinion, I think they ride him heavy early on, especially through weeks 1 through 4. I expect to see a heavy dose of Jordan Hicks and Devondre Campbell. And then, after week 4, week 6, I think we start seeing more Isaiah Simmons, more 60-40 Isaiah Simmons, But early on, I think it's 80-20 Hicks, 70-30.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be curious just because with no preseason and those guys getting their feet back under them for season games and hitting and everything else. So, yeah, with all teams out there, that'll be very interesting to see. Looks like Chase has got something to say, though.
I'm ready. I'm warmed up.
Don't his hat look like a little frog hand?
It kind of does. Hey, I need a sponsor. If any sponsors out there.
High fives.
Wait. Dude, if any sponsors that make hats out there, if you guys want me to wear a hat, if you send it to me, I'll wear it as long as it's a decent looking hat. So here's the deal. Isaiah Simmons is going to see the field a lot, right along with Buda Baker. Once again, you guys forget. God, you're distracting the shit out of me with that frog. He's showing a frog for all the listeners out there. He's literally has a frog that he's moving in and out of my screen view. So
just watch the video.
Just watch the videos, guys. This is what you're missing with the live stream is a frog coming in and out. If you guys just listen to the podcast, you guys need to tune in the live stream or the YouTube videos or whatever you guys have so you can see the frog. So the deal is the Arizona Cardinals struggled significantly with the tight end last year. I mean, they were one of the historically worst teams up against the tight end position. It was bad. It was brutal. That's why they drafted Isaiah Simmons over an offensive lineman. I mean, that's why they did it. I think that the offensive linemen that were still on the board at the time were better.
Good point.
They were better than Isaiah Simmons was when it came to scheme fit. However, Isaiah Simmons was brought in as a hybrid to actually cover the tight ends. because the tight ends in that division are insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, we talk about, of course, George Kittle. We talk about Higbee. We talk about whichever tight end is healthy for the Seahawks, which is never anybody. But anyways, the George Kittle is going to get the majority of the targets, especially after this new contract. So Isaiah Simmons is going to rack up the tackles. When it comes to IDP, as long as you're tackle heavy and not too heavy on, interceptions, turnovers, etc., Isaiah Simmons is going to rack up the points. I love Isaiah Simmons for IDP in week 1. Now, if you guys want to play on that, let me know. If not, I actually would like to bring up another team.
Oh, I'm writing down start sits, and we're going to go over these bad boys at one point or another. So,
all right, so let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, me or him?
Either one.
Case.
All right, so my next one, right, is the Colts with Jacksonville. I want to know what y'all's thoughts are on Malik Hooker, because the Colts are favored by 7.5 points, which means that Jacksonville's going to be throwing the ball. Gardner Minshew typically does a decent job of protecting the ball, but, Malik Hooker, guys, I think I brought him up last episode. What is it, Kamiko Toure, right? Are these guys options for you guys to start for the Colts?
I like Willis better than Hooker if I'm choosing a DB, a safety back there. That's where I'm going, is that Kahara Willis. I'm going to let Malik Hooker probably prove it to me for a couple of games. Some matchups I do like within that game, though, is Justin Houston and DeForest Buckner. Since Minshew Mania is the big thing now, we're going to find out for real, especially, like I said, beginning of the season. No preseason game. Everybody's got to get used to getting hit again, and just to get out all those game jitters or whatever. So those are a couple others besides the obvious Darius Leonard, but that's definitely all the guys I'm starting if I'm have any of those guys.
I love that, bro. I'm gonna go other way. I know it's an IDP show. I'm gonna say one of my favorite starts in this game is Chris Thompson. I know Raquel Armstead is a popular name right now, but as Chase just mentioned right there, Jags don't have to be throwing that ball because 27 kid Justice Rivers, he's gonna sling that bad boy. He's gonna sling that pickle, and them Colts can make some plays. So I see the Jags having to keep up, and that's a lot of playing time for one Chris Thompson there.
Yeah, it's an absolute mismatch, obviously, and just for dynasty purposes, Jacksonville. If you're successful, I'm talking to you Jacksonville fans, by the way. If you're successful, it's going to be because of Gardner Minshew. If you're not successful, you guys are drafting a quarterback in the first round next year. So let's see what happens. I like the odds of a lot of these Indianapolis players.
I'll be curious how Zigbo does. I know that might be the Husker homer in me coming out, but his last year at the Huskers, he ran as best he's ever ran before and actually looked fast and strong. He looked slow as a junior, and it'll be interesting to see how much he contributes within that rotation of that running back core.
Didn't he play more snaps than Armstead last year?
He might have. I didn't see.
That's because he got better. He got better at blocking.
Yeah.
He was getting.
Yeah, I think he did.
Blown the fuck up, and he got better at blocking, and he started getting more snaps.
Zigbo might actually possibly. I'm not guaranteeing it. Possibly could be the best option there. I like Chris Thompson first, but Zigbo might actually be over Raquel Armstead for me now. I mean, Armstead didn't produce a Temple, so that concerns me.
All right, Russ, you want to throw a game out there, brother?
I'm curious on Deion Jones. No Devondre Campbell. You get the Seahawks. You get to go against Chris Carson and that whole running game with the Seahawks. I know that they're talking Russell Wilson's going to throw the pill all over, but it comes down to the bread and butter, I'm sure, these first few games to get their feet wet. And I know they're going to take their shots as well. But, the basis of the game is probably going to be establishing what they're going to want to try to do for the season, while the weather's good. So,
yeah, if he's healthy, he should eat. Right? I agree, Russ. If he's healthy and ready to go like they say he is, he should eat in this game. He should eat. Yeah.
To clarify, we're talking about Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Atlanta, Seattle. Yeah.
Dude, that's going to be extremely, extremely, extremely interesting. Can you guys tell me why they drafted AJ Terrell?
Yeah, because the organization has been in a panic ever since that Super Bowl loss. They've been trying to think that they're one piece away from getting back there, from getting back here. In my opinion, it was some lucky breaks that got them there in the first place, and they just still a lot more pieces away from being a dynasty like the team that beat them in that Super Bowl. So, in my opinion, Chase, I see them trying to get one person to make it, next level. Whereas,
shout out to J Mike, by the way. Shout out to J Mike.
Good. I was surprised somebody was here. I'm sorry. Come on, man. I'm sorry. J Mike. Hey, Russ knows what I do every time I see old J Mike. Give him one of them old warm hugs right there.
Are you still with us, J Mike? I hope you're still with us. Hope he didn't. Him ignoring you just didn't scare you away.
We all do, J Mike, because a lot of people got some really good value this offseason. And when he went down for the injury, if we can get him back to 85% of his old self, there's some people who got one hell of a value. So we're with you, J Mike. What's good, fellas? Good to listen and learn.
He called me distinguished. I'm honored.
Yeah, he had to have been talking to y'all.
All right. So with Atlanta,
that's what the judge said before he. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I just want to know with Atlanta, is there anybody else viable on this defense you guys want to look at?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to see some Dante Fowler and actually Grady Jarrett getting to play against somebody that can take some damn pressure off of him. He's a tackle in the NFL, and that's with Jack next to him. Tack McKinley and Dick Beasley. Quit with them two. Would you, Falcons? Just quit with them two, man. Y'all are giving Grady Jarrett a damn panic attack, man. This dude getting worked to hell. I can't wait to get some pressure off of him with Dante Fowler, and then you got that old rook there with Marlon Davidson. He's old hog molly. I call him a hog molly. I like old Marlon Davidson there. He's a hog molly. So
I can't with you, man. I can't. Dude, you have me laughing throughout this entire freaking episode every time, man. I love you. Love you.
Russ is used to it. I think he has like a little button I can't see or something, and whenever he sees me move my hands, he'll just hit that button underneath the counter, and he's like, oh, okay.
So what about Seattle's side?
Seattle. Go ahead, bro. Take this and both.
What was that? What if Atlanta's actually good this year? What if?
Who's going to run the ball for him? Todd Gurley again? I mean,
yeah. I like it. I actually
Bobby Wagner's going to stop that. Jordan Brooks will be interesting if he gets the mix in there much. I don't, kind of like Doug was saying earlier with Simmons, I do believe that a little bit more to be true with probably Jordan Brooks with Seahawks. I think KJ and Bobby Wagner take the reins there. And then Blair
Thomas, right?
Earl Thompson? No. Actually, Marcus Blair would be a guy to kind of keep an eye on. There's been a lot of buzz going about him here lately. So I'll be curious to watch how that pans out.
Are any of them fantasy relevant?
Jamal Adams, okay. Do that.
Is Blair fantasy relevant?
Any of them?
Oh, yeah. All the ones I just all mentioned. For week one, I'm sticking with KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Right.
Yep. They'll play. Yep.
We're talking week one, guys.
Yeah, I know. I just want everybody to know, if you got these guys on your roster, don't get scared and drop them right away. I've been with too many leagues, and people get scared and they want to drop this guy or that guy, and a couple weeks later, they blow up for the rest of the season and they're solid. So, I mean, granted, depending on how your roster is constructed and everything, you just be a little patient with some of these guys.
Cool.
And that's exactly why I wanted to do like a start sit show for week 1 a little bit earlier. Is because it's so interchanging with the COVID and stuff in the injury reports that we can come back and tell y'all, hey, that matchup for Jordan Hicks not looking so good, so we can get ahead of it because it's it's interchanging, and then you add COVID and not rookies. Really
What's COVID?
It's
I'm just kidding. We don't need to dive into that. I'm just kidding.
I didn't have nothing.
All right, you guys have another team you want to talk about?
We go. Hey, what about the Bengals and the Chargers, man? Who's replacing Derwin James? That's been the stud there that hasn't been able to produce because of injuries. There's like 3 different people it could be.
Dude, no, that young player.
How long I've been telling y'all Jamal Adams is a DB1, is the DB1. How long I've been telling y'all? All y'all come on this show and laugh at me. Oh, Doug, we don't know where he's going to go. He's a prima donna. We don't know if he's going to be playing in Chicago or Buffalo or New York City, Doug. We don't know where he's going to be. And I'm like, yeah, but Derwin is made of glass. I'm sorry. He is one of the most athletic and smartest safeties to ever play in the NFL. But unfortunately, the way the dude exerts energy ain't good for them small joints.
I can't argue with that.
And Jamal Adams, I said it whenever it was circling around. I didn't care if the guy went to play rugby in Australia. He was going to be the DB1 in the NFL, man. The guy started.
What?
Yes. Jamal Adams is the man. He's the man, and now everybody will love Jamal Adams even more because now the only other person in Tier 1 DBs is now injured for 6 to 8 months. So now it's just Jamal Adams and everybody else.
Dude, there was the rookie.
Doctor in line to call us on that.
You see that?
There's a rookie who's been lighting up in training camp. It might not be a rookie. It could have been this guy. Where is he? Nasir Adderley.
Yeah,
it could have been him. But somebody's been lighting it up.
Second year vote. Yeah.
Aloha Gilman's the rookie there out of Notre Dame as well. Story.
I'll tell you what it is. In my opinion, week 1, it'll be Nasir Adderley coming to play Desmond King's job. And Desmond King played the Swiss Army knife, nickel back, run up to safety. Desmond King could do it all.
I like that.
Turn. He could slide over and play linebacker. Now what we're going to see is a little bit bigger role for Desmond King, and we're seeing Nasir Adderley be a little bit more of a playmaker that Desmond King was. So Desmond King's got to step up and play a little bit more of the leadership role, the pre-snap read role, and Nasir Adderley comes into Desmond King's role.
I would lean Rashawn Jenkins myself, just because he's he replaced Derwin James when he was out last year. First game, like I said, no preseason. They're probably going to lean with something that they know that's going to be working a little bit more for him.
That sounds like the character on the PJs. You remember the PJs? You remember the PJs? You remember the PJs, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Onesie? Put them on my boy all the time.
That was a good cartoon, man. What happened to that cartoon? All right. Let's see.
Another game, I'm curious. Zach Cunningham got paid all that money. He's going against the Chiefs, the most dynamic offense out there, which also then, I'm curious what the Chiefs, Willie Gay, does he get the start? I mean, we going with Hitchens and Williams here? Or
I'm not.
Probably just going with Hitchens there, but.
I'll admit I've not looked much into the Chiefs here, Russ. Is Willie Gay he might start week 1? Like Hitchens ain't starting week 1? Really?
Willie Gay could start week 1, and with that David Johnson-esque, pass catching option out of the backfield, Willie Gay could actually rack up some tackles.
Right. Yeah.
Plus, an offensive line is terrible. I don't know if they use Willie Gay on blitzing. Maybe I'm wrong because I haven't watched the tape, but
we must be. I mean, this guy must have made some leaps and bounds here on video conference drills here, fellas, because the Willie Gay I see drafted in this rookie draft was a guy that would overrun plays a lot and was a sideline-to-sideline guy, but anybody that had more than 1 to 2 juke moves would leave this guy in the dust, and not to mention he's a hothead, and if things ain't going right, it kind of spirals out of control, and you'll see a water cooler gets thrown away a couple of times. So
he's got Tyrann Matthews to help coach that up. Andy Reid's all about helping out those type of guys. I don't know. I would trust the process a little bit when it comes to that. I understand where you're coming from, but there is a reason why Andy Reid gets certain players, and he gets those players around each other to take care of one another.
He's a freak, man. He's a freak. He's a physical freak. He's a metrics freak. Willie Gay is a monster, man. And I think that honestly, like, people are going to regret not taking a chance on this guy, especially in dynasty leagues, earlier rather than later. I love Willie Gay. I think he's one of my favorite, like, late rounds or unnoticed IDP guys.
Willie Gay or Logan Wilson? If you had to choose one of those two, who would it be?
Oh God, Russ knows.
Willie Gay.
Well, that's. I mean, Logan Wilson.
Just the metrics, man. It's just the metrics. Like, I'd rather go with the measurables. Like, I'd rather go with like what he's actually, what he's capable of in an Andy Reid offense over what he's done in the past with a subpar linebacking crew. Like, he showed he can do it. So with a late round flyer like that, a guy that you're just taking a chance on, like, ooh, I wonder if this could hit. I'd rather take a guy.
He ain't too late though. I mean, Willie Gay is a name that's out there. Like he ain't too late. Like, you got to start looking at Willie Gay after you start taking like that top 3, 4 linebackers that got taken in the first round.
Where's he going?
He's like in that tier 2 right there, right, Russ? Like right at the beginning of that tier 2. Once you get past Kenneth Murray, Isaiah Simmons, Patrick Queen, and Jordan Brooks, then people start looking at Willie Gay.
Yeah. I feel like it's more of a third tier, but I could be right. I don't know. I have no idea.
That hot. The measurables that you're talking about, CB, it happened to a linebacker from Texas about 2 years ago named Malik Jefferson. Russ knows I bring him up at every damn show. I bring his name up every show. I somehow find a way to put Malik Jefferson in the episode. The dude is just an athletic profile Jarrett McKinnon at the linebacker spot. That's what he was. And the guy couldn't get 3% of the snaps on a Cincinnati team that needed a linebacker so bad. So, you know what? When I see those kind of measurables, I find myself going back and looking at tape and seeing what else I can watch. And I've seen a lot of overrunning guys. I've seen a lot of shifty guys leaving behind. I've seen it. Sorry.
The difference for me is when coaches, right, and this is the coaching corollary, when coaches know how to take advantage of certain players' strengths versus their weaknesses. So I'm not a huge, I'm actually probably a bigger coach corollary than most other people are. But for me, I think that the coaching corollary for Andy Reid and his players, he knows how to utilize their strengths. So I like Willie Gay at that point.
I get it, and hey, I'm not arguing. I really do get it. You got to take these linebackers, especially on needy teams. I really do get it, brother. I'm not, trying to argue here. Just playing a little devil's advocate.
No, hey, let's play it all day. I'm down.
Yeah, right on. All right. Any other ones y'all want to hit on there, fellas? Before
how about Mad Max and Colin Farrell versus the new Panthers head coach in that offense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the Panthers got?
That Matt Rule from Baylor.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, okay. All right.
Big 12, they're going to try slinging it around the yard, or are they going to? I mean, obviously, you got Christian McCaffrey, so they can do a bunch of dump offs, but I'd be curious
Russ, did you bring that guy from college with him to run that defense? Did he bring a guy from college?
Phil Snow.
What, buddy?
Phil Snow is the D coordinator for the Panthers.
Oh, okay. But number one, Shaq Thompson, my darling. I get to start him, Russ. I get to start that son bitch, bro. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan Abram as well. I guess I'd like to see how he comes back.
Okay.
Jonathan Abram is another guy I like as well. Hopefully he's at 100% and flying over the field.
Yeah, I like that call, brother.
Yeah.
And me and Russell, we'll do one of these every week, and we'll move the shows up to twice a week. Y'all give us questions for start sits. Y'all give us, all we pretty much need is how much does the edge guy get for sacks, and how much does linebackers get for a solo tackle and an assist tackle. Y'all give us at least those two, and we can kind of give y'all a start sit, okay? But we need just a little bit of info, okay? I got a bunch of questions tonight, but I don't want to put them on. I don't want to put them out here and put y'all on blast, because the first thing we're going to say is, well, how many points for sack? How many points for tackle?
Yeah,
so
that's crucial, man, especially for IDP.
But hey, I wanted to get a jump, guys, on the Start Sit show. It's getting late. There's Russ. Any other players start sits that really stick out to you before we just move on with the main topic?
AJ Johnson and Todd Davis against Derrick Henry in Tennessee. I like those two guys for sure. Kaiser versus Zeke. I'm curious about that. A lot of talk about him. I think that kind of wraps it up a little bit. I mean, I think the best defensive lines are going against each other in the Eagles and the Washington Redskins, or the Washington Red Wolves, we'll say. So I'm curious to watch that defensive line on both sides of that ball. I think so. But no, other than that, man, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Starting a lot more guys.
You got anything to say? I ain't gonna get to the segments tonight, man. I ain't gonna get to that.
I thought the segments would start next time anyway. So, I mean, dude, I think Tampa Bay.
Are you still not?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think Dallas is being slept on with their defense slightly, not tremendously. But Pittsburgh, you need to start Pittsburgh and a lot of their defense players in week 1.
Yeah, there's a bunch there.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Like I said, everybody, the more questions you get us, the better this show will be. Get us enough questions. Me and Russ will make this bad boy twice a week. We'll make a maybe a Friday show just for start sits. So y'all get us those questions and just a little bit of info, just a little bit. That's all we ask. Just to help.
I wonder what you're watching.
Wasn't that Chicken Run? Oh, PJ.
All right, but before we get out of here, Chase, CV, buddy, you want to plug your you're doing everything. Just do what you do. Yeah.
All right. If you guys want to follow me, let's do this. J Mike, don't you leave yet. I swear to God, J Mike, if you leave, I'm mad. All right, here's the deal. If you want to follow me.
I love J Mike, man. This dude, he's the only one here watching this whole lonely IDP show, man. That dude is as good as gold, man. I just love
Is he gone? Is he still there?
I bet he's still here, man. I bet because he know I usually be saying something wild as hell to go off of here or something. So he probably hang around just for a little bit.
All right. So first off, if you play Madden, I'm about to hop in for my first time after the show. I downloaded it like a few days ago. I haven't been able to play it yet. What?
You got an Xbox?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run you up. All right, this is IDP Power Hour.
Let's go.
We gotta go back.
All right. So here's the deal. All right. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at FF_intervention. If you want to get into all of my articles that I write for Dynasty Happy Hour and Dynasty Nerds, you can find me at FF_. Oh, wait, no. I messed that up. I had that. Man, I was on a roll. It's linktr.ee. Damn it. linktr.ee/fantasy intervention. Oh my God, you're interrupting my closeout. linktr.ee/fantasy intervention to follow all of my content. Go check it out, guys. Like I said, my Twitter. And then we have Patreon, patreon.com/fantasy intervention. Now, I do want to plug in Some Yards because Some Yards is really, really important to me.
What did you say? Some Yards?
Yeah, it's at Some Yards.
That sounds like a bagel. Some Yards.
Some Yards.
Some Yards.
So it's actually Some Yards are better than No Yards, but it's at Some Yards. It's a quote by John Madden back in the day where he used to say, "Hey, some yards are better than no yards," which is kind of like a basic entry level, discussion, right? So at Some Yards is where we're actually teaching kids with special needs how to play fantasy football. Now, thank you for the applause. I have enough donations to support 2 leagues right now. And we're talking about entry fees. We're talking about getting kids, all of them, all the participants, a trophy ring from Trophy Smack, by the way, which is your sponsor, Trophy Smack. We have enough money to support getting enough kids all these rings, right? So it doesn't matter what place they finish up. It's 8-team leagues. Everybody makes it to the playoffs. But we need to find people. We need to find kids with special needs who would want to participate. It's very, very simple, very, very easy. It's literally like the epitome of interaction. So these kids being on lockdown and stuff, these kids being isolated, like they need interaction to continue to develop. So if you guys know anybody that has a kid with special needs or child with special needs, please contact at Some Yards. We're available on Twitter. We're available on Facebook. Get in contact with us. We need participants so that this league can actually thrive. So, yeah, that's my big plug.
I know I have a couple of nephews that are autistic. Chase.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll reach out to you, man. I'll get them.
100%, and we're also looking for people that want to interact with them too. If you want to help out with the league, we're down. But we need the kids first. We need people first.
I'll show them how to run that bad boy. Mm-hmm.
You cannot run their team for them. Please spread the word. It's at Some Yards on Twitter, and Some Yards are better than No Yards on Facebook.
Hey, brother, I love it, man. I love it so much. I always love helping anybody at all. So believe me, man, I'll reach out and I'll have you 4 or 5 names tomorrow. I promise you, buddy. And
I'll take it.
I'll give you my email. All right.
He said he's gonna be walking around. He's gonna have 5 rings on his fingers. Oh man, next year he's gonna be sitting there and walking around Trophy Smack rings, right? Trophy Smack is gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be like, dude.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go to Walmart and I'm gonna have to steal me some of that little plastic chain. I'll have them all in there. You know what I mean?
Stop! You cannot steal your nephew's rings.
No, not inside. Not inside. The ones that are tied up to the cones outside.
Oh, I'm talking about stealing your nephew's rings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, he don't need them. He's a little badass. He don't need them. All right. Hey. I love y'all. Thanks for joining us. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you.
One of you, J-Mike's. J-Mike, we love you so much, man. If you ever need any of us, you holler, man. Especially that pretty hairdo down there. Yeah, I'm talking to you, JT Timberlake. I'm talking to you down there. All right.
That is a really pretty haircut, boy.
Gotta look good, play good. Play good, podcast good.
I got my haircut tomorrow before our draft. Oh, wait. Can I do a plug for our draft?
I'm putting the beard up on the line here before too long. So,
can I do a plug for our draft real quick?
And then we're going to find our best friend, Doug, and then we're going to give him a best friend hug. Doug. What do you need to do? What are you still doing here, CV? Yeah.
The Covenant Hot, bro. We got Covenant Hot tomorrow night.
God, you're always coming in hot with something, man.
I suffered tonight.
You need to get that tested. You need to get to tested.
I suffered tonight. If you guys haven't seen it, go see the video. It's brutal. Yeah, the Coming In Hot draft is coming on tomorrow night at 8:30. Please join in where we destroy ourselves with extremely hot sauces while drafting. That's it. I'm done.
Hey, what y'all are drafting hot sauces, right? So like,
no, we're drafting players while we eat hot sauces.
What? So you got to form a team while you're doing this?
Say it again.
So like you got to actually make a team while you're eating it. No,
yeah, and so I didn't believe the Hot Ones, the game show, where they were talking about how it cuts off like memory type. Dude, it's if you watch the video, it's real. Go to my go to my Twitter page or my Facebook page, and watch me eat this hot sauce. I could not talk. Like sentences were not forming. It was bad. I couldn't think of what I had to say. I think I repeated like the same thing 10 times, and I only did one hot sauce. We have 8 hot sauces lined up. It's gonna be nuts. Go check it out tomorrow night. I will repost it if you guys want to follow me on Twitter. FF_intervention.
I love you, Coach. At ClutchRush72. As Mama Hell used to say, I get the vapors eating them sour cream and onion chips. This is IDP Power Hour. We'll see you next week. Peace.
What did he say?
My mama couldn't eat sour cream.
You don't have to repeat it. It was a good exit.
God. Say, love you. Peace.